Hi, I'm Taylor. The Russ Phillips team produced this video in order to better illustrate what we do to sell your property for more money in less time. According to Russ Phillips, principal of the Russ Phillips team, there are 3 things to determine whether a property will or will not sell. The first item is how your property is priced. Pricing is something that is controlled by the market. The value of a property is determined by what buyers are willing to pay. During your listing appointment, you'll get an honest look into how the Russ Phillips team uses data to evaluate what buyers are willing to pay for your home today. The second thing that determines if a property will or will not sell is how it shows. Are there knickknacks on the shelves? Is the house impeccably clean? Is there anything that needs repair? Today, it is just as important that a property shows as well online as it shows in person.
Nowadays, buyers send us the list of the properties that they want to see, and they're disregarding houses that might have been great candidates simply based on the number of photographs, the quality of the photographs, whether the agent used a virtual tour or a video tour, or how the house is marketed online.
One of the things we do to make sure your home receives maximum exposure in the marketplace is professional photography. Our photographer will capture more than 40 high-quality photos of your home, both inside and out, that will be compiled into a virtual tour designed to capture the buyer's imagination online and pique their curiosity about your home. This is critically important since the research shows that a property with 6 or more photos gets 366% more views than a property with less than 6. Getting hundreds more views can help your home sell faster.
But just taking photos won't do any good unless the house is properly staged. That's why we offer a complimentary staging consultation. We will send in a professional who will walk through your home room by room to maximize space and address aesthetic issues.
The third thing that will determine if a property will or will not sell is how it's marketed. And that's something the Russ Phillips team can control. The National Association of Realtors does this study called the Profile of Buyers and Sellers.
The data shows that more than 1/3 of all sales last year came from a real estate agent telling other agents to come and see your house with their buyers. Keller Williams Realty is now the largest real estate agency in the world and growing at the fastest rate. So if people are coming in from out of state or even out of the country, they're most likely contacting a Keller Williams agent before making their next step. Now, the marketing we do to these other agents often sells our listings before they ever even hit the MLS.
The Russ Phillips team gets calls from KW agents across the country with clients moving to the area. We leverage these connections to get your home in front of as many people as possible.
Next, we tell our own current and former clients about you and your property, just in case it's a good match for them or anyone they know.
The Russ Phillips team then prepares for your first weekend on the market. We set up an open house for your home and make sure it's advertised in as many places as possible. Then the Russ Phillips team goes one more step. We personally invite your neighborhood to come and see your home. People already living in your community are often the most likely to know of someone else who would like to move to the area. We make sure they know where to access the most up-to-date information about your property, such as photographs, features, and community benefits of living in your area. Sharing this information by word of mouth helps generate some excitement over your home and gets more visitors to your open house every time.
We'll talk about the house at our local sales meetings, which are attended by the top 20% of agents in our area. And since Keller Williams represents the largest group of agents in this area, your house will get more exposure than from any other agent at any other company who says that they're going to do the same thing.
Once an agent accesses the lockbox to show your house, we are immediately notified by email who the agent was and when the showing took place.
We call the buyer's agent and ask a series of questions designed to engage and convert the buyer into a sale. Is your client interested in the house? Would you like to make an offer? If they're not interested in moving forward, then we want to find out what we can do to change that situation.
The responses to these questions helps us understand what the market is saying, and it tells us how to shift our marketing if necessary. Was it just a taste issue? Was it a pricing issue? We'll work to identify what these issues are so you can work with the Russ Phillips team to make any of the changes necessary. Before we move to other ways the Russ Phillips team markets your property, it's useful to look quickly at one thing the Russ Phillips team does not do, and that is print advertising. It's here that many agents spend 90% of their budget, but in Texas, it only accounts for about 1% of sales. It's no wonder that many agents average less than 5 transactions a year. Today's buyer has shifted their search to online resources, so it's here that the Russ Phillips team puts significant resources.
37% of all buyers found the actual house that they purchased on the internet. That's a big number, so we target our marketing for maximum exposure.
Your property will be featured not only on Keller Williams websites, but on other brokerage sites as well, like RE/MAX, Century 21, Coldwell Banker, Realty Executives, and many more. We make sure that your property is showcased across all brokerages. The Russ Phillips team also advertises on national portals like Trulia, Zillow, Realtor.com, Realestate.com, Housefinder.com, and many more. The fact is that a lot of real estate agents, as well as millions and millions of real estate consumers, use these sites every month.
Research shows that over 50% of home buyers use mobile search during their house hunt. Of that 50%, 60% of mobile shoppers found the home they purchased using mobile search. We know that to keep your home in front of as many potential buyers as possible, we need to make sure that your home appears in prominent mobile-friendly websites and applications as well. So the role of our listing coordinator is to make sure your property gets maximum exposure every time.
The Russ Phillips team goes even further. We spend the extra money necessary to market your home globally with translation into multiple languages. We set your home up on all relevant specialty websites as well, whether you have acreage, horses, or a luxury estate. We customize your marketing package so that your home is positioned to sell for the most money. You can see why most agents don't do this. It's expensive, it's time-consuming, it's labor-intensive, but it works, and that's why we do it. Thanks to an exclusive agreement between Keller Williams and Trulia and Zillow, Keller Williams agents always appear next to their own listings on these sites. For agents not paying to be there, you'll see 4 other agents who have all paid to be next to the listing. So if a buyer wants more information on your house, they have these agents to choose from. And with thousands of houses on the market at any given time, chances are none of these agents have even been inside of the house. They just want to make a sale. So if there's a buyer lead on your house, their goal is to show that buyer as many houses as possible because that increases the chances of them making a sale. When we list a house, our contact information appears right next to the listing. We get to talk directly with the people who are interested in your property. Next, we ensure the listing is featured prominently on search engines like Google, Yahoo, Bing, MSN, and so on. The Russ Phillips team emphasizes organic search results. These are all those non-paid websites that show up when you search. And the 500-pound gorilla of search engines is, of course, Google. We know how Google categorizes search terms, and we make sure we adjust and refine our terms and tactics constantly. There are very few agents who understand how this works, but it's something that the Russ Phillips team specializes in.
Social media is one of the newest evolutions of real estate. And when we say social media, we mean sites like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and so on. And we use an aggressive social media platform to showcase your property on Facebook ads and profiles and fan pages. We also tweet about, blog about, and Instagram about your property, and we even create videos about your home.
A website is like a billboard, and most agents' websites are like a billboard in the middle of the desert, with only a few people looking at them at any given time. Our goal with your property is to make sure it's featured in the Times Square of billboards. The main difference between our website and other agents is not the quality of the website, but the amount of traffic that is being driven to it.
We're constantly capturing leads. So in our database, we have thousands of people that we can proactively reach out to market your property. We can also type in your address and pull up all of the people who specifically clicked on you and viewed your house, or we can look at houses around you and find who has been looking at those homes as well.
The National Association of Realtors found that nearly 15% of all sales last year came from signs, flyers, and on-site promotions. So the Russ Phillips team makes sure that we maximize the impact of signs and flyers on each one of our listed properties.
We have signs up announcing your property before you even go live online. Our reflective signs ensure that our signs can be seen anytime, day or night. We place full color flyers by the sign highlighting your home and enticing buyers to call for an appointment. According to InsideSales.com, we will be 75% more likely to get an appointment with the contact if we speak to them while they are still in the neighborhood.
We'll capture their phone number, and that way, if we do an open house or a price adjustment or any other incentives, we can call everybody back that's ever wanted to see the inside of your home and give them updated information.
With all the ways that we work to get your house sold, your next step is the pricing of the house and signing the paperwork in order to get things moving for you today.